Welcome back, guys, to another episode of WayWard Home. The last time we did this, we were in the TryTon Empire, which was like a year or two ago that I made that episode, which is a long time. So ever since then, I've created stuff like this right behind me. So hopefully, in this episode, we'll catch up. And I'll show you around to what I have done ever since we left off on WayWard Home. So last off, where we left off was at the TryTon Empire. If you remember this place, I was going to do this for a coin slot or immigration. If you were coming into this empire, you had to pay to get in. And I never even got to finish this, which was so funny in general, because this was like my biggest plan to this whole Harry Potter type build. Like right here, all in front of us would be like buildings right up here, and then you would like find a corridor and then go to the main city, which is pretty cool. But I never got it done because I just lost interest, really. And you remember the sword and the ice, which was the last thing, or not the last thing that I did. It was one of the first things that I did when I arrived at the TryTon Empire. I said, man, that little ice thing looks out of place. Let me put a sword in it. Like, sword in the stone. Excalibur. And now, let's head on to where we last left off. Through these woods is one of the biggest places I've ever built in my Minecraft world. Ever. And you'll be kind of surprised because we had plans to build more buildings like this, but never really got it done and never really had interest to. So last where we left off, the horse. We built this on the last episode, and there's been a lot of things that have been going on right here. I dug this hole right here for horses and stuff, and everything's been getting stuck in there. And I made an automatic sugarcane farm, and I was going to make a automatic wheat farm, but I didn't have enough resources then and never even finished it. And my old iron farm that I made over there, or right here, this white thing right here, this got decommissioned when the villager update came out. Man, it's been that long if you really do think about it, because the last time we did the villager, last time we came to this world, it was during the aquatic update. Let that sink in for a second. The aquatic update. Ever since then, we've had the villager update, and now the nether update just came out like a couple weeks ago. Now let's get into the aquarium that I built a little bit ago. Oh man, not fun. Not fun. This aquarium right here is one of my favorite things about this whole entire thing. Hopefully in my new base I'll make an extravagant one. All these fish get stuck here and there all the time, which is not fun to see because you want to see the fish move around, always. The only smart fish is that little blue and yellow fish right there, which is floating above everyone. Compared to all these that are staying on the ground and getting stuck. And no one's staying over here. Ooh, I think one. Ooh, or at least he's stuck, maybe. And then my pufferfish over here. I could go in there, but nah, I've had some mishaps with him before. I've died in that thing a couple times. And then back here was my old villager breeder. Decommissioned now because of the works of the villager update. Now the next thing that we're going on to is my house. Big place right here, right next to it. If you remember, I think I made this during the episodes or right before we left off. So I think hopefully you guys remember it. But last time we had a skull right here. But I took it over to my other place and used it for wither, which I finally have after all this time. It took me a year to get the wither, which technically is like a week ago. I got the wither. And down here was my old furnace room. And then all the way down there is my mining and lava resources. I forgot what this was. Oh, that was... I don't remember. It's been a long time. And then like these little fancy things off to the side were amazing. Now, let's head off to my new base I created separately from here. Okay, and now onto my new base. Ever since then, I've created, or was going to create, a mega base. Not really a mega base, but a place I can use and get all the resources that I needed. And this base was supposed to be like 5 stories high, but never was able to finish it because just lost interest in general. And this is my horse stable right here. The horses are still in it, but they're decommissioned now due to not using the space and onto my other part of the world now. And in here, one of my pride possessions, the seaweed maker. This thing powers, and if you have a mending enchantment on your pickaxe, you can like heal up it in one go. It's that great of an accomplishment. Then over here was supposed to be the cactus thing, but never got finished with that. And then my mega storage under here, my sorter, which never really worked because it kind of got clogged multiple times and would like mess up, which was not fun. Then like this staircase, one of my favorite things about this world, this staircase. Glass right there, and then never got to put the fish in here. My aquarium on each side. 2 different lakes right there. You have a sand biome or a desert, and then a regular grass tango biome. And then right here, if I don't fall again through another random glass, is my enchanting room. Hopefully I can get back up if I can. Okay, I'm just going to get right here. Kind of mishap right there. This is not my enchanting room. This would be horrible, really bad if this was my enchanting room. It's on up here if you haven't noticed yet. And I have like a little, I would say, little own forest inside this like cube. It's more of a, if you think about it, the little thing that you get on Christmas time where you shake it and then the snowflakes fall. It's like one of those things. Which was really cool. Artificial place. And now this is my enchantment room. Has multiple books. A lot of books, a lot of things that you need for enchantments here and there. Then like swords, armor. Whew. Just a lot. One of the greatest rooms I've ever made. And then the enchanting thing right up here so it's never in the way. Boom. Right there. Never got to make my ultimate pickaxe yet. Still trying to, which is a hard thing to do in general. Because efficiency 5, all that kind of stuff is hard to get. And the worst thing about this whole entire place is that I never was able to finish this one. This is the spider spawner. There's a spawner underneath each one of these for like resources and stuff, for automatic resources and XP. Oh, zombie spawner. Oh yeah, spiders on over there. And I never got to build anything like this. Never got to finish it, which was kind of down dropping at the same time. Just lost interest. Never wanted to. And now, let's go on over to my new village. Yeah. Now, straight over from my resource base and from my tree farm and my little hotel that I never really explained, but never got to finish, or never really did finish because I lost inspiration for it. Now, my shopping area. Originally supposed to be a shopping area, but I made it into a village. Now, this is like a fun part right here. This took me so long in general. At night, these guys all go into like those little, I forgot what kind of houses they are. Oh, long houses. Long houses, and they would all sleep in there, which is crazy to see them all sleep. Then there's like little houses like this for work and stuff. It's really cool. Really neat and cool. Really cute. For a guy to say cute is kind of funny. Kind of not meant. But then these guys are working. I don't even know what these guys are doing at all. Some of them don't even know how to work really, because I don't even know if this place has been really harvested at all the past couple times. It's just been more people walking on it and destroying the crops and plants. Not really harvesting anything. Yeah, you see it right here. They're slacking. They've been slacking for the longest time. Just because of how many villagers there are. Okay, I want to do that a little bit later. Now, these are one of the long houses I have. During the day, there's like no one in here. Look at that. That's like a lot. And all these guys come in here at night to sleep. Most of them. Some are glitched out, so they stay outside at night. That guy's in here, but... Oh, okay. They're... I just shut on the other guy again. The guy who shut on me. And now there's like this house right here for the smokers. Even though the smokers don't really stay in here to sleep. Some just random villagers stay in here to sleep, which is not meant to be at all. It's supposed to be originally smokers and nothing else. And now these little like things right here just for the not really anvils, for the grindstones, for the people who work on these. And my other huddle house, or long house. Now these guys are trying to have a party or having a conversation right here. Looks like, hey, is this door done? Seriously, what they're doing? I wish I had wood with me. And now, let's go on to the fun thing right here. We fixing to do something where they will be freaking out. Now look at all that. That's crazy in general. And now, let's skip on to night, where the fun is going to begin. Where all these guys are going to be in their beds, which is going to be amazing. Now it's almost night, and the villagers should be going in. Most of them, at least, because some of them are just like kind of lagged or glitched out. Okay, now you see a couple of them are going in. Now a little bit more. Hopefully a lot of more go in, but most of them are glitched out here and there. So they don't want to go indoors for the night. They usually stay up all night for some reason. Okay, I think a lot of them are glitched out then. Which is not fun. Or they can't find a bed, which is not good either, because I have more than enough beds for these guys. Okay, let me show you. Okay, look at all these villagers. That should be inside. Even though it's... it's funny. Okay. Are you going in? Okay. Now, look at this. Look at all this. Now, is this crazy or what? They have all these villagers in like one place. It's not really a jail cell or no nothing. It's just more of a longhouse. I took off the Native Americans. I think it was Native Americans or lower on down, close to Florida, where if you know who I'm talking about, which invented the long cast. This is more something like that. Except for the bunk bed part. Bunk beds, I don't think they had. Now let me show you the other long cast. Hopefully that one looks a little bit more impressive compared to that one. Because I've seen some big nights. Okay, that's not good. That's not good at all. There's a skeleton in here. That doesn't... Ooh, that's not good. That's why I don't spend much of my time over here anymore. Or originally didn't. I had it on peaceful most of the time, just to be safe. Now. Now this one's a lot more impressive. Yeah, you see. Even though I'm standing on a guy. You see all this right here? This is crazy. Like, go down the aisles. All these guys. And then the little cats. These guys are something else when it comes to nighttime. Those guys look like they're just having a fight. Freaky. They're not going to give me any trades either which way. Oh, no. Okay, I think it's time to go from here. I think it's time to go. I think it's time to go. Okay, so this is the conclusion of my TryTon Empire showcase right here. So, if you look at this is crazy to look at. Never got to finish most of this stuff. Never did. The village is something else. I love it so much. Even though I might. And then the little fishing house I created, just trying to get some mending books. And for my friend, he usually just did a lot of stuff. He was fishing every single time it rained. And my little sheep's over here. That's disconnection to my sheep. And this is WayWard home. The inspiration of the horse right here. The horse part. Now, let's get to right now where I've made my mega base.